Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly here with Flo. And Flo, this was actually interesting hearing this little conversation between Papa, Greg Papa, and Matt Barrows talking about the young guys, but more specifically, Ronnie Bell out there. He had a touchdown, but he did have a few drops and he did get chewed out by Kyle Shanahan on a play. But let's hear this exchange talking about if Ronnie Bell is actually going to be on the 53-man roster come playoff time. Let's check it out.
It was great to see Taylor Hawkins get the diving interception and the ball through Tutu's hands, but later he got picked on a little bit on the deep shot to Skoranek and the 2-point conversion to Tutu. So you said you're looking at the all-22 and evaluating the young guys, and I'm wondering now what role Ronnie Bell will have on the 48-man roster in the playoffs. I think there may not be one for him anymore now that Ray is back. They have capable gunners. He got completely turned around on that one sideline route. Where was he going? And he winds up out of bounds right next to the head coach. And Kyle's glaring at him like, what are you doing? So give me your thoughts on that one. And then Darrell Luter, as you were looking at it, I don't know if they were playing cover 2 or cover 4 on I think the big plays of the game were the third down throws that Wentz made yesterday. Skoranek over the middle, the fourth down to 2-2, the 2-point conversion, the run. But the big one that got him going was Bryson Hopkins, the tight end, down the left sideline. And Darrell Luter just squatted on that route like he was expecting to turn it over to the safety behind. So as you looked at Ronnie Bell, Darrell Luter, the other guys you're looking at, how did they play yesterday, Matt?
Yeah, I thought on that Luter play that he decided that he was going to drop off of the tight end and pick up the wide receiver that was coming across, which may have been the right read, may have been just a sort of a circumstance that caught the 49ers in an odd spot. They certainly didn't seem to be picking on Darrell Luter in that game. I know that the 49ers are very high on him moving forward. It was sort of hard to evaluate because Wentz was doing so much running. I mean, it wasn't really a sort of a classic drop-back game. He was looking to run more than anything else. But I thought Luter otherwise played well. I agree with you on Ronnie Bell. Just seemed out of sorts in this game, and everybody was just dying for Ray McLeod to come back so that he could kind of retake over that punt return game that Bell had and didn't do a very good job. And sort of my question moving forward is about Danny Gray, and the 49ers have a week and a half to activate him off of IR, or else Gray is done for the season. And to me, it's a question between Gray and Chris Conley. And Chris Conley didn't have a perfect game. He had a drop in the back of the end zone, and then the sideline deep ball at the end there that was knocked out of his grasp. So it wasn't perfect, but I thought that otherwise he was really good, and he led all receivers with I think it was 69 receiving yards. So I have a hard time seeing Gray dislodging Chris Conley on the 53-man roster. Does Gray dislodge Ronnie Bell? I don't think so either, only because Bell does return punts if something were to happen to Ray McLeod. He has been good at other points this season. Did catch a touchdown pass yesterday, for example. But I agree with you. It wasn't a shining moment for him, and you would have thought that he would have been one of the guys who did shine because he's had so much playing time this year and got an extended run yesterday in quarters 2 through 4. So not great for him.
All right, man. So Papa, it's kind of weird him saying that he doesn't see a future, like a playoff timeline for him because, KBR usually they're kind of more pro players. They're not really going to say anything negative, but I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But Barrows said he will probably stay on because he could return punts, and what are your thoughts on this, man? Is he going to be on this team, or we have someone like Danny Gray who it's his last week? If he's not activated this week, he's done for the season, goes on the IR. What do you think, man? There's a lot to take away from this. Who's the guy from the Giants that caught that ball in the Super Bowl, in the fourth receiver.
Which time, Tyree or Manningham?
Tyree, remember, he's the one that caught that amazing one. Who could be our Tyree in the Super Bowl, man? What do you think? Who's going to be our number 4?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting because obviously Ray McCloud came back
and he dropped balls like crazy.
But it seemed like he was the main guy for the.
Oh, he's gonna be our punt returner. Oh, he's gonna be our punt returner.
So obviously he's gonna be there. Between Ronnie Bell and Danny Gray, I'm probably gonna have to go with Ronnie Bell, even though he has not he has not looked good recently. Obviously, he had that touchdown in traffic, but man, it seems like the easy plays is when he keeps freaking dropping all these passes. He even ran that freaking wrong route too, where Kyle Shanahan was pissed.
Chewing him out.
Obviously, that's not a good thing. But Danny Gray, I just haven't seen him at all this year, so I don't think they're just gonna go with Danny Gray all of a sudden right before the playoffs. This guy hasn't even been on the field, so they're gonna have to go with the guy who has the experience this year, and that's gonna be Ronnie Bell. He's been there the whole year. He hasn't done too much, but we don't need him to do much. Like you said, we just need him to get one of those circus catches like David Tyree, Mario Manningham had for the Giants in their Super Bowl runs. It always comes down to that. It seems like every year it's just one miracle catch, and I don't know what it is with this guy. When it comes to difficult catches, he makes those, but those easy catches he doesn't. So hopefully we put him out there and he gets a chance to freaking shine, and he freaking at least rewards us, because all he's done this year is put a bunch of freaking heartache to us, because man, we've seen him drop freaking punt returns, big passes. He owes us one. That's pretty much what I'm getting to. So he better do this in the playoffs.
So you're on Barrows' side. You think that he's going to stay?
I think he is.
Me, man, I'm on Papa's side, dude. I think that I don't think he's good. I think they're going to be, with the next week, he's going to be put on IR, man. I really do. I think the writing on the wall was from Kyle Shanahan. Literally, you saw it. You were there, and I saw the commentator. They had a zoom up where he's chewing out Ronnie Bell because he, first of all, at the line of scrimmage, he got bumped and he went flying. So his route went off, and then he was supposed to go to like a post, and he goes inside like an out, and he was in the wrong spot. It was bad, and it was throughout the game. He did it again where he gets bumped at the line of scrimmage and he doesn't run his route correctly. And to me, I believe this, man. Fortune favors the brave. Fortune favors the brave. Now, we don't know, you're right, 100%. Danny Gray hasn't been out there. We heard it. It's documented. He had issues in training camp. He had a little attitude problem. He was getting mad at the quarterbacks for not throwing the ball right in his hands. And I know Kyle Shanahan probably got pissed off. So he's probably been in the doghouse. I get it, and I know it. But I've seen enough of Ronnie Bell where I'm like, hey, man, put him on the IR. Let him see what he has next year. Danny Gray, one thing he's a speedster. He's a 4.3 guy. He's a burner. When he got hurt, remember, he got to the 40-yard line on that kick return because he's fast. I mean, yeah, he got hurt, and I get it all, but he has that getaway speed. And me personally, I'm just going to take that chance, man. I'm going to take a chance of Purdy going deep to Danny Gray one-on-one, and he just burns the dude. I get it. You're 100% right, man. It scares the crap out of me. It's like, who scares the crap out of me more? Less. Exactly. Who scares the crap out of me less? And we also got Conley, man. But Conley, I'm throwing him out the window because he dropped balls too, you know. Yeah. He's a veteran out there. I get he's like 30 plus years old. But, I mean, damn, man. Come on, Conley. You had your chance, and you, like, dropped balls. Like, I think he dropped 2. He dropped 1 in the end zone, and he dropped 1 on the right side where we were going for the game-winning field goal. Yeah. And he drops it. I'm like, fudge, dude. So, like, it seemed like no one wanted. It seemed like it was a perfect situation this week for Danny Gray, because everybody was dropping balls out there. Ray, obviously, he's going to be on the team because he's a punt returner, and he's really good on the jet sweeps because he's a fast guy too. So he's really good on those jet sweeps. So, I mean, he's a lock. So it's like, it come down to like one guy who wants it. And I think Danny Gray, this is his last week. So, I mean, this is probably the last time we'll talk about it, because after this, if he's not on the team, he's out. So me personally, fortune favors the brave. I'm going Danny Gray just because of the speed element, and because I don't trust Ronnie Bell. I don't really trust Conley. So, I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, man, like I said, I'm still going to go with Ronnie Bell just because he has been there all year. And Danny Gray almost reminds me similar of Brandon Ayuk two seasons ago when he was in that doghouse and he just wasn't getting that opportunity. I think he's staying that. Obviously, Ronnie Bell's working his way into that doghouse the way he's been playing recently, but it still seems like Kyle Shanahan hasn't completely given up on him. So that's why I believe that Ronnie Bell's going to be there, because I don't think, similar to like Moody, he's just not going to shut these guys off right before the playoffs. He's already committed to them, and I think he's going to stay with them because that's how coaches are for them.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. Usually when it's at the end of the season, they really don't want to get rid of people because they've been there the whole season. That makes 100% sense. But me, like if I were the coach, man, I'm doing every little thing. Like we made a video right now about Robbie Gould. I would put Robbie Gould in there. I would do everything to try to make sure the best players are out there. So who knows? At the end of the day, I think Danny Gray right now, he's probably practicing today. He's got to show up and show out. Remember how we were talking about Robert Beal? Robert Beal, he had to have a great practice window. Those 21-day practice window, he had to show up to prove that he belonged and beat out Drake Jackson. He did, man. He had a great practice window. So Danny Gray, probably the first 14 days weren't good in practice. So, I mean, this week is huge. If he's able to go show out that he's better than Ronnie Bell, then I think he has a chance at actually being on this roster for that playoff run, just because he's a home run hitter. Remember that one play in preseason where he did get that long bomb from Trey Lance? That was sick. That was beautiful, man. So, I mean, there's something there, but I get it. I get why he's in the doghouse. He was doing some stuff he probably shouldn't have been doing, complaining. That's one thing Kyle Shanahan does not like. He doesn't like a dude with attitude. Maybe that's why Brandon Ayuk was in the doghouse. We don't know, but at the end of the day, Brandon Ayuk should have been out there. So if Danny Gray, if he deserves it, man, if he's showing out, then he deserves to be there. So to me, I'm not at those practices, so I 100% don't know. But all I gotta say, let the best man win, because I think there's gonna be a game in the playoffs where one of these guys has to make a play. It's always happens every game where it's like the fifth receiver that no one's heard of goes out and makes a big ass play every year. So who's going to be that guy? Is it going to be Conley? Is it going to be Bell? Is it going to be Danny Gray? We're about to find out very soon.
All right, well, you guys let us know in the comments who you guys got. You guys got Ronnie Bell or Danny Gray? Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See y'all next time.
Peace.